I was wondering what was going on with the Carl Malden's nose in the 1970 film Patton. People told me it's called rhinophyma, a skin disorder characterized by a large, red, bumpy, or bulbous nose. The exact cause is unknown. Meanwhile, everybody told me that it's caused by alcohol. Healthline.com says the exact cause is unknown. You were throwing Carl Malden under the bus. The dude's probably been dead for like 35 years, but still. It's rhinophyma, a rare facial skin condition. My dad has it, and he's never consumed alcohol. Just the question, is your dad a monk? Signs and symptoms, I think that's easy enough. It develops in certain individuals with an unknown predisposition from long-standing rosacea. Although it has commonly been presumed to be linked to alcoholism, a direct causal relationship between the condition and consumption has not been substantiated. Alcohol may cause increased flushing in those affected. You've been throwing people under the bus. And then somebody in chat, back me up here, chat. Somebody in chat, one of you said, how did you not know that? Well, it turns out you've been laboring under a false assumption for your entire life. And on top of that, you've got the defect of character to assume that anybody who doesn't have your exact copy of knowledge is an idiot. Well, it turns out, sir, you need to purchase a mirror. That's got to sting. But, oh, like you're doing right now? Wikipedia tells no lies. Okay. Then someone said it's only, you don't see this because you live in an affluent area. If you lived in an impoverished area, you'd see this all the time. First off, thanks for the compliment, but I know that you meant it as an insult. I'm taking strays no matter what. This is medicine, bro. People were firing ballistas at me. You see the level of false confidence we got? And at 9:31 a.m. on a Thursday morning? This is crazy. Maybe a sticky legend. They were going off, bro. Jiminy Crinkler's Batman. Okay. We are going to dominate this. Noses on the table. So true. I guess the reason that I don't see rhinophyma is a couple of reasons. The big one seeming that it appears to mostly affect men in their 50s to 70s. And quite frankly, I know like 2 of them. That's about it. Hey, Valentine, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Thank you. Corey's one, yeah. He doesn't suffer from it. As far as I know, at least. I do need more old friends. That's why I was a little bit later than usual this morning. I was salting my sidewalk. Hello, Corey. I was salting my sidewalk. It may snow. Here's the thing. You might say, it always says there's going to be flurries and then like it never happens. Here's the thing, okay? I bought this salt in August, okay? I'm going to use it. I popped that tub open. It has like a polar bear on the front of it going, rawr. It's supposed to be like -10, and we're supposed to at least get flurries. And then I got a lot of like elderly neighbors. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to be a good neighbor. I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to fall. I'm just saying that when they go for their afternoon walk, they will see the salt and they will be like, this guy has our best interest in mind. It's a way to create more like positive associations with my neighbors. Pretty smart, right? Your salt, your rules. Are you in an HOA? No, there's like it's like a soft HOA. I think we roll on this one. What's a soft HOA? People talk. There's no formal ratifications, but the neighbors get together. I'm sure they have discussions. I'm sure there's a little bit of gossip when something untoward happens. And I just want to keep my life as simple as possible. So Whenever there's a frictionless way for me to improve my relationship with my neighbors, I like to do so. What am I doing here? I'm going to say it's worth the investment. I know it's a little insane. Now, no, a cockroach, not worth the investment, but we're so close to a level 3 ant, we'll give it a chance. You should know salting is bad for the environment. I'm going to tell you straight up, I dead ass don't care. You know why? 70% chance you live in the United States of America. Saw an article yesterday. Did you know that recycling programs in America have a 43% participation rate? 43%. Part of that is because many municipalities in the United States don't offer recycling programs, which is insane to me. Even when I lived out in the middle of the woods, a big truck came by and took our recycling. Secondly, in situations where there are recycling programs, participation rates averaged 57%. That means 1 out of 2 houses, essentially, are actually using the recycling program that is set up by their city. So I'm not taking any environment shaming from the United States of America. You take your own problems in your own backyard and you solve them. Up here in Vancouver, Corey, what's our recycling rate in Vancouver? 90, 92, 95? When I'm driving through the alleys, people are so into recycling, they keep their bins out all week. They just leave them out there. You're going to tell me don't put salt on the ground. Bro, where do you think they got the salt from? Didn't fall from the damn sky. Doesn't make any damn sense. Yeah, we'll go hippo. Come on. One more ant. That's it. Just one. No. We don't care about the seahorse at this stage. One more ant, please. I'll settle for some garlic for 1 round. Look at this. Over 201,000 net tons collected in Recycle BC's packaging and paper product program, resulting in a recovery rate of 86.2%. Holy. You know what the recovery rate was in the same article I read? The recovery rate for recyclable containers in the United States of America? It was 25%. That means some of you motherfuckers, statistically, who are like, salt is bad for the concrete that you put it on, are throwing your aluminum cans in the fucking trash can. You disingenuous so-and-sos. So I'm simply refusing to hear it. The buck stops here, brother. Don't mess with me. My machismo's at an all-time high. I just finished watching Patton. You can't tell me nothing. Okay. You know what? In this situation, we will. Recycling's a scam. I saw that article too. But you ever wonder if maybe that article that like most of the recycling gets shipped overseas actually like eroded faith in recycling to the point where it's now contributing to the destruction of the environment? There's probably lots of good like recycling programs out there. All of a sudden that hit piece comes out and they're like, nobody trusts our recycling program anymore, even though we got 350 dudes washing out all the old tin cans every day. Big Garbage was like, here go 2 more for y'all. Let me think about this. You can be killed. You actually might spit out something half decent. You are at least stats. Not interested. Interested enough. You know what? We'll give this the old college try. Does this city take your aluminum cans to the recycling depot to get 10 cents per can? No, yes, no, yes. My city owns the recycling plant? Well, good for them. But like, It's kind of a genuine question. Because like maybe the province or the national government subsidizes the recycling. I guess it's got it. Maybe it's the province because on the back of every can, there's like so much text that's like you get 10 cents in these provinces, you get 5 cents in these provinces, blah 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 blah. I don't know. I have no clue. They don't teach this stuff in school. You know what I do miss about living in Ontario? There's positives about Ontario, there's negatives about Ontario, just like, you know, anywhere on earth. I miss, as annoying as it was to have to buy beer from one store that was called the beer store, they have an unparalleled shopping experience. You know how at Costco they have a mandate from the CEO to make the store like an old Egyptian pyramid where you're hunting for treasure and stuff? Like you're going down the aisles and you're like, oh, I never thought that I needed like 500 doses of collagen. But look at this, like look at the results that it can generate for your skin's elasticity. The beer store has exactly the same shopping experience. If you've never been in, you walk in and there's literally a person with the cash register and a microphone. And then on the other side of the store is a conveyor belt. But it's not like a normal conveyor belt. It's got like wheels on, like steel wheels on it. So as a kid, you could put your hands on it and go like ring, 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 ring. You walk up to the cash register and you say, I'll have a 2-4 of Maclay's, please. And they go, that'll be $23.98. And then in the microphone, they go, okay, so Maclay's. And then you hear like some rabble from the back. You hear like a... And then like 5 seconds later, you hear... And then that fucker comes flying out of the other side on the rollies, clinking and clanking the whole way. And then you just pick him up and walk out. What do you do when you want to browse? I'm not even messing with you. They have pictures of the labels of the bottles on the wall. Sometimes they will also have the bottle on the wall, but usually they're like 8 to 10 feet up in the air. So it's not like you can really like pick it up and look at it. You can just look at it like on the sides and be like, that one looks delicious. I don't think that many people go to the beer store to browse, though. You browse at the LCBO, at the beer store, you get a 2-4 of James Reddy 5.5. Okay, something's got to give. Diane Keaton. I'm not gonna, lie to you and say it's like the most sane shopping experience on the planet. All I'm going to say, we can make this work, is that it's fun. Can't you just get alcohol at Costco? Not up here. The beer store lobby is too powerful. They won't allow it. How about this? How about this? Many things this could spit out would change my life. They're doing alcohol at select grocery stores now. You know the messed up part, though? The only person that's a huge dub for is Galen Weston. No matter what the situation is, it always benefits Galen Weston. It's a damn scam, bro. Okay, it's not a scam, but listen. I'm gonna try to make this work with the dragon. I'll run you for a second. You gotta do what you gotta do. Let's buff the dragon. Freeze. Oh, you can't freeze tier 1s. That's right. Hey. Easy there, big fella. We should buff the dragon. We might not even keep a moose, to be honest. It's a damn disaster. It's falling apart. And now really forgot how to play this game? Sorry, let's go to in the Super Auto Pets Pro mode. Oh, in this situation, I get it's a 72.3% repeating chance, of course. If we buy garlic and put it, that's a good marginal value. What are you watching this? You've been on this. Let me check your account. Okay, you made your account on this website 8 years ago. You're not bored of this shit yet? I'm gonna go mid and buy a Battle Fury because Battle Fury gives cleave, which is really gonna increase my rate of farm. Bro, you're 33 years old. Can we talk about something a little bit more important? You know you get one life on planet Earth. Can we have some fun conversations? You never go Battle Fury mid? See, now we're getting into the meat and potatoes. Why not? It seems like it would be good. Or is Battle Fury just for junglers? Oh my god, I won a round. Center shouldn't be farming that much. You know, back in my day, that wasn't the case. Back in my day, you would send an anti-mage mid. You would not run a ganker mid. You would run a ganker as support in the bot lane, and then they would come mid pre-level 6 in order to help the mid laner. You piece of crap. Son of a gun. You should play Dota in 2024? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen. Even the pros don't play Dota in 2024, right? Isn't it like a commercial necessity that they play League like all year and then they scrim Dota behind closed doors to get ready for the international? Or they play Hold Fast, the 30 Years War first-person shooter for the whole year, and then they go compete in like a $22 million tournament every August? Sorry, I believe that's from the Napoleonic Wars. I'm too the last dual pilled. Moose Dragon is not... It's not the sauce. It's not the sauce. They all play poker now. I didn't know. I did not mean to be so rude. It wasn't on me, it was my food. It just popped up to say hello and now it's gone back down below. Okay, forget a moose. This run still has a chance. Forget a moose? Forget a moose. We know it in our hearts to be true. So we pursue it. Oh my god, we win these. We hold this moose to be self-evident. What's true, though, is that I've never seen like a moose in the wild. Lots of deer, never a moose. I count myself lucky for that, by the way. I would have to feel that a moose is indeed self-evident. Like, it's one of those animals you would never you'd never come across one and be like, hey, real quick, what's that animal? This seems horrible. Wait a minute, no. Oh, you got death touch? No, it seems fine. It seems okay. Yeah, like an elephant. Like birds are fucking, who knows, man? Is it a wren? Is it a chickadee? Is it a cardinal? Is it a blue-footed booby? Is it a blue jay? Is it oh, that's not a crow, that's a raven. That's a horny titmouse, you know, etc., etc. Birds, you got to be a literal ornithologist or retired to know. Let me go a little crazy mode here. We're getting up to round 18. This is no joke. Wow, moose me. Wowee. But like when you see a moose, you're like, accept no substitutes. I have died. I'm okay with 9 though. That's 90% of the way to a victory. What does the durian do? It calls an emergency meeting of your strata council to get you evicted from your apartment. Be a lazy streamer. That's perfect. Ah, shit. -2? I'm not the dude running the strata council, bro. I'm the dude who said he was going to run for strata council, and then when I got to the AGM, a bunch of like 75-year-old people put up their hands to be the executive leadership of the building, and I said, you know what? Let them do it. I got work to do. Not my ass. They'd say like, who volunteers to be treasurer of the building? I'm thinking maybe I'll put up my hand. I kind of like numbers. Somebody puts up their hand and he's like, I used to be the comptroller for Ward 11 in Burnaby. And I'm like, all right, fucker, you take it. You know what you're doing. My ass will just stick to what I'm good at. I'll keep living here. The real meat and potatoes of this game is it really doesn't matter what you buy. It matters if your heart is just and true, God will not let you lose. Ah, son of a bitch. That was the wrong time to say it. Nah, we ain't going big mole. And I'm not drinking any frickin' Merlot. You get out of here, I'll go big sheep. That's as much as I'm willing to compromise. Early garlic is resin. I don't respect it. Me when mutton costs $20. Can I ask you a genuine question? What is mutton? Lamb is young sheep. Mutton is old sheep. Is that correct? Mutton is meat from a sheep over 2 years old. British ass, European sounding meat. Why don't we consume mutton in North America? Does it taste like dog water? We eat lamb here, not as much as they do in Europe for sure, but it's not that good. It's not as good as lamb. I'd at least like to give it a try. Can I tell you, by the way, a lot of English people were a little bit displeased with the way I spoke about British Chinese food. I'm just coming from a place of curiosity. I did receive a DM from a longtime viewer, acquaintance of mine, that lives in England. They said, this is what the DM said, unprompted. British Chinese food for what it's worth. Almost all white people ordered chips with their meal as a side. So that's the first thing that I feel like, if we're getting down to brass tacks, that would blow the American mind. The idea that you would go to a Chinese restaurant and order Chinese food and then also a side of French fries is crazy. About 5 to 10% of the adult population actively orders them instead of fried rice or noodles. The food is tasty but greasy and unhealthy. We've got some commonalities. As Shaw said, the British and the Americans are two peoples divided by a common language. There's a big difference in British culture between a takeaway and an actual restaurant as well. Almost no one orders the plates of beige and brown at a real restaurant. I would say that in North America, we don't have as much of that distinction when it comes to Chinese food. Most Chinese food restaurants in North America, there are more sit-down ones that maybe are a little bit fancier. But most Chinese restaurants, the difference between eating in and taking it away is just where you consume the food. You're getting more or less the same menu at either establishment. So it's good. We've got some. We learned something together. There's more alike than apart, probably, and that's why it's funny. I'm not taking that. I'm sorry. We're not so different, you and I. You ever order salad at a sushi restaurant? Apparently, there's a special sushi salad sauce. Yes, and the secret is it's, in my personal opinion, not very good. Sushi restaurants, I would say, have one of the lowest hit rates on the salad being tasty. But again, I'm not trying to cause a kerfuffle. I'm not trying to cause an international incident, okay? By the way, we are not getting 10 on this one. We're probably going to get 1, but we'll see. Hey, NL, have you ever heard of scraps within the context of a fish and chips restaurant? Yes. We inherited a lot of our culinary traditions from the United Kingdom, especially, in the more distant past, like the 1990s, the ancient era of the 1990s. Scraps are, your fish is deep fried. Scraps are just little bits of fried matter scraped off of the deep fryer, right? It's just crunchies. They're deep fried crumbs. I'm for it, bro. It's fried batter. We're dead. We're dead. We've died. We lost. Don't kill me yet. This manatee can get us back into this. Oh my God, we lived. You give them the little Tim? He's called Tiny Tim over here as well, just for the record. Desperate times call for desperate measures, bro. Son of a bitch. That being said, let's just scrap this one. I was trying to stoke international tensions, okay? You wouldn't catch us eating French fry sandwiches over here. Spaghetti sandwiches? Maybe. Maybe a spaghetti sandwich. They're not French fries, they're chips. This is what bothers me, because I get accused of trying to divide North America and the United Kingdom. Meanwhile, I call them French fries, which is what they are, and everybody's like, no, they're not French fries, they're chips. You're the ones dividing us, bro. It's the same thing. Oh, one has a slightly different surface area to volume ratio. Relax. Everyone becomes Archimedes when it comes time to discuss the difference between chips and French fries. Doesn't make any damn sense. Maybe. Hey, NL, bread on the counter or bread in the fridge? I honestly thought you were making a joke about nuts on the table. No! That's okay. On the counter. I eat bread fast enough in this day and age that I don't need to put my bread in the fridge. But I did eventually accept to the pleas of the American Midwest. I said, here's my problem. Good bread goes stale too quickly. Bad bread stays good forever. They said, the secret for you is freeze the bread. I said, the bread's not the same after it comes out of the freezer. It's a little bit worse. And they said, you'll eat enough bread that it'll be worth it. And I resisted it. They were right. Now I buy 3 loaves, 1 on the counter, 2 in the freezer. 2.5 days later, I pull 1 out of the freezer. 2.5 days later, I pull the other one out of the freezer. They were absolutely correct. But in the fridge, something goes wrong. I think like the water content of the bread, it gets too cold, and then when it goes back to room temperature, it's like it's just not right anymore. You eat a loaf of bread every 3 days? Easily. It's a non-contest. My diet for 2/3 of the day basically looks um, like an English peasant in 1471. I eat as much bread as possible. I accent it with some cheese when available. Couple of Coke Zeros, gruel, and then for dinner I dine like a Korean politician in 1978. Some kind of Korean soup with some kimchi and other banchan. I'm traveling the globe deliciously every day. I am honestly like probably the most pro carb person you'll ever meet in your entire life. I'm a big time carb head. It's a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing we got here. Then try a chip sandwich. I don't mess around with the French fries. Watch this. I like French fries. Ever since I kind of OD'd on them when all my daughter would eat were French fries. I wouldn't say I could take them or leave them. I would definitely take them. Okay, you got a good team, but I think we're going to 10. You'd be proud of me. I've actually started caring about the quality of the food that goes into my body as well. Now, do I eat untoasted, unsliced bagels for breakfast every morning? Yeah, but that's like I'm in a pinch, bro. But when I have a little bit of time, rather than do that at nighttime, I'll slice the bagel, I'll toast the bagel, I'll get some nice, deli ham, slice of cheese, little bit of spring mix, little bit of Dijon mustard. I'll even get a knife dirty if I have to. I've started treating myself. I didn't afford myself those kind of luxuries before. I would put the bagel in the toaster. I would eat a handful of ham out of the refrigerator, slice of cheese out of the refrigerator, squirt the mustard in my mouth. When the bagel pops out of the toaster, eat it dry. Nowadays, I appreciate the value of the construction. That it's more than the sum of its parts. Right, we don't get another level anymore. That's okay. Well, I'll simmer for a minute. I'll take a manatee next turn. That's exactly what I was looking for. Oh man. Level 1 jellyfish. Couldn't be me, bro. Your ass is probably torched, huh? Double manatee? I was hoping for a double manatee. We're definitely not selling the jellyfish. Hang on, I should get this. Someone's at the door. It's a dude at my door who said, his name, and then he said, is Dan here? And I was like, well, you know Dan? And he's not here. He lives in Michigan. Was it a stalker? No, he was old. Just relax. He wasn't part of my demo. Okay. We buff you. We dump this horse at our earliest opportunity. This is our earliest opportunity. Your fans are old? No, this guy was... He wasn't old. He was up there. Whatever euphemism you prefer. Above 70? Yes. He looked good, don't get me wrong. He's above 70. I would like to see some forward progress with respect to our levels. I don't want to see a bunch of tier 1 and tier 2 detritus, please. You insult me, good sir. You insult me. You know what? I'm keeping a fish. You're gone, and I need to get stats where I can find them. I'm sorry to the weasel, but it had to happen. Unfortunate. Hey, Anel, would you eat the Super Auto Pets pill for $100? We're talking about the one that kills you dead? I'd have to think about it. I don't want it. I don't want this garbage. I do want that garbage. I don't know who you're going to replace, but I've stalled, bro. Yeah. Only if I had a mushroom. I listed Vancouver as a prospective location to move to, but my wife said the Pacific Coast is ill-prepared for a tsunami, so we can't. What are your thoughts? No disrespect to your wife, but that's not an intelligent thing to say. The Pacific Coast is probably the most prepared place for a tsunami in North America. It's also like the most likely to have a tsunami, but I imagine it also has the highest preparedness of any region as a result of that. Yeah, like Toronto is not very prepared for a tsunami. You know? The risk of a tsunami in Toronto is like pretty infinitesimal, I guess, but the reason you shouldn't move here is because every time there's a thread on r/Vancouver asking about like good pubs, good restaurants, stores to buy things, etc., all the replies are like, nice question. Here's a place that closed down 11 years ago. I used to go to this place and they had the best burger I've ever eaten in my entire life, but unfortunately they shut down in 2012. Thanks for your help, Grandpa. I really appreciate it. We're trying to do a little magic in the here and now. You gotta go. This is my squad. This is what I'm running. I love to see it. Give me another scaler. You're not a scaler. We could get a pill. You could possibly make this work. At least we didn't just roll endlessly. Seattle subreddit trash also. Can I tell you something? This is a true story. Got kind of annoyed with the toxicity of r/Vancouver, r/everything, every hobby at least. I said to myself, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to browse Reddit the way that we browsed the internet back in like 1997. I'm just going to go to r/thing that I like and look at pictures of it. My ass went to r/sandwiches, top this month. All pictures of delicious sandwiches. And just me scrolling. Holy fuck, that looks good. Holy, that one looks good. Then I went top all time, And every single post was like an Instagram. The ingredients get slapped down on the cutting board. They slice it. And I said, no, we're not doing that, okay? This is no disrespect. We're going back to top this week. Show me pictures of sandwiches that you're eating. I don't need to see how you built the Italian sandwich. It's the cross section of it shows you its construction. It unveils the mystery of its own creation. I'm not going top all time where some chef influencer is like home brewing his own Dijon mustard. I don't need that. Just show me deli meats, crisp iceberg lettuce, moderately sliced tomato, so a couple of dill pickles, beautiful focaccia. That's all you need. I'm thinking you both have to go. We must embrace the effect of the alpaca. Buy a cow. Your fish needs the buff. Sell the cow. Second penguin Pippin. Go on r/sandwich and sort by controversial. I will say the only slight drama that I personally encountered on the subreddit was someone said, I'm going clubbing. And it was a picture of something that clearly was not a club sandwich. But people were still being pretty nice about it in the comments. They were like, hey, that looks delicious. Just so you know, that's not a club sandwich. But that's okay. I posted a Chicago dog to r/food and didn't have one of the ingredients. Very quick way to make enemies. Me eating Doritos out of the bag when someone posts a Seattle dog to r/Seattle, but it has the wrong kind of cream cheese. Please read the sidebar rules. Got to imagine you just lost your life. That's what we like to see, right? Well, you're pretty good too, but can't argue with a classic. What's a Chicago dog again? Seattle dog is cream cheese. Chicago dog has the emblematic element is a pickle on the hot dog, or like within the confines of the roll. Tomato, onions, pickle, and one other thing. Tomato, pickle, onions, celery salt, and a sport pepper. What is a sport pepper? Holds up sport pepper. I am to Penguin of Doom. They're small hot peppers. Like the kind that Papa John's gives you when you order a pizza. I wanted to construct a sentence in such a way that you feel bad, but you're forced to say yes. Even smaller than that. Oh, okay. I apologize. I wasn't familiar with your game. They're like mini jalapenos. I don't know about all of that. I feel like street food got perfected with cool hot dogs. Not like a Korean corn dog and then it's got 17 different sauces and then we roll it in like crushed cinnamon toast crunch. We put it back in the deep fryer. We pull it out, put some French fries on top of it, roll it again, you know? But like hot dogs with a couple of cool ingredients that, you know, they cost a reasonable price and they end up from the total time that you get in line, order the food, and get the food under 5 minutes. I've hit peak cynicism when it comes to food trucks. It's, you know, it rains 200 days a year here. I don't want to stand outside in a line, pay the same price that I would pay in a restaurant, and then as soon as I order it, you throw that shit in the fryer, and then I got to stand there for like 8 minutes while it gets up to temp. We need more things that are like, you already made it, I go up to you and I purchase it, and then you give it to me. Brewers Row in Port Moody, brother. I'm happy for Port Moody's come up, okay? That's a long trip, though. It's a long trip for me. I know they got the SkyTrain out there now, okay? And the station is right where that Sears used to be. It's a long-ass trip, though, brother. It's a long-ass trip. And that's on Polish dogs. We need to, I really think, and maybe I'm okay being like a bit of an anachronism. I think for some things, we need to acknowledge that mankind has gone too far, and our forebearers actually had things, not socially speaking, but culinarily speaking, when it came to street food, we went too far. We used to only have hot dog carts. Then we got, at least like throughout North America, we got gyros, you know? We got kebab. And everything was great. But you give them an inch, they take a mile. All of a sudden, they're serving beef Wellington out of a food truck in Oppenheimer Park. And you're like, mankind has gone too far. We need more hot dogs. The hot dog carts got put out of business by the damn burger carts, which got put out of business by the Eggs Benedict carts. And now all of a sudden, you know, I'm out there getting oysters Rockefeller at the food truck when all I wanted was like a 400-calorie snack. We need to return the hot dog. Thoughts on the downfall of Sears? One of the good things my generation has done, without a doubt. By the way, this is for all the Marbies right here, so everybody chill out a little bit. Probably should buy some equipment, huh? Bring back the Home Depot dogs? That's a damn good point. Although I will say, some Home Depots in Ontario had a Harvey's inside of them. Ooh! Your dad takes you to Sears, you aren't getting shit. Maybe the Sears is attached to a mall. You go to the food court, you get to eat a few chicken balls from Manchu Wok or something like that. Or New York fries. And don't even get me started that in Canada, we love to name restaurants American names that are not actually associated with the food. Boston Pizza, New York fries. I was going to say Sushi California, but that's a little bit of a regional pull. You go to a Harvey's, you go to a Home Depot. First off, best smelling store of all time, and then you get a little Harvey's poutine on the way out. Now we're talking. They really broke the mold on that one. If they had their way now, every Home Depot would have an au bon pan and the banchan inside of it. I'm not disrespecting it. I simply don't need it. Isn't Home Depot like a lumber store? Yeah, that's why it smells so good. I'm dead again. I sorted r/sandwiches by top all time. And you're right, it's all Instagram ass. I tell no lies. Didn't you see the video?